What's up? It's been a minute, but it's your boy Black Seal back here with a Gundam build. Now, for years, I've been collecting Deathscythes. The Gundam Deathscythe is one of my favorite Gundams. Duo is one of my favorite pilots. Duo is one of my favorite pilots. Lockhart from Mobile Suit Gundam 00, he's one of my favorite pilots. Char Aznavour is one of my favorite pilots. Good pilots. So I've been collecting the Deathscythe. I've been collecting them. I have 3 Deathscythes. Well, 4, but 3 in stock. I had 3 in stock. So I had a Deathscythe Hell. I've had a Deathscythe Special Edition Panda, which is bigger than the Deathscythe Hell from Endless Waltz, and then I have a the Deathscythe, I think, from Momoko or whatever the other one is from that I got from Gundam Central. So I have that Deathscythe as well, and he's pretty cool. So I decided to crack out one of the Deathscythes, my other Deathscythe Hell, customize it. Now I want to customize. I want to put it with diorama. I brought some skulls, which we'll show you now. So I brought the skulls. These skulls. This particular skull here, I got from Amazon, and brought this skull. What I ended up doing was I wanted to customize the skull, and my whole idea was, since it's Deathscythe and since he's a Grim Reaper of Gundams, I wanted to get this skull, customize it, and basically have Deathscythe hovering above the skull, putting fear into every Gundam or every mobile suit pilot's. Putting fear into every mobile suit pilot on the battlefield. So I ordered this skull from Amazon and drilled a hole in it, the top of it, which is what this stand is coming out of, and painted it. Now, my paint job, guys, is not the best. Paint job's not the best. I drilled holes. So what I did is I drilled holes in the top for the stand, because I knew I was going to put a stand, and I knew I was going to put a Deathscythe on top of this stand, and I ended up getting custom parts from other kits. Now these parts here, side armor on the skull, just to make it seem like the skulls kind of had like some kind of mobile suit kind of stuff on it, like it's a kind of like a mobile suit face, that's a dead mobile suit that's got hit by, of course, the Deathscythe. And they end up getting a couple pieces from those little small TV kits. This piece comes from the Astray Gundam. So I got pieces from the Astray Gundam and drilled a hole in the skull, put it inside of the skull, put some glue. Maybe you can see it from behind. See? And I got more pieces from other kits that I had bashed, or other kits I had laying around. I had a bunch of kits, and put that. This comes from the Chibi kit, the Astray, same red Astray. So this also comes from the red Astray, the backpack probably for the red Astray, and these little other 2 pieces right here. These 2 pieces with a little vent piece right here, a little vent piece right there. So we got the vent piece right there. We got these other pieces. It's kind of like little boosters and little boosters and little wing parts on the like for the backpack. So put this on the back of the skull, and once again, this is the skull is to represent a dead Gundam, like basically come back to life, and one that's been stalked upon by this by this Deathscythe. So got this from Amazon. Now, if you were going to get one of the skulls from Amazon, if you were going to try to do this kind of thing, I advise this was brush paint. So what I did was I brush painted some Xandrite dust on. Got the Xandrite dust from Games Workshop with a brush, big brush, and then I end up getting some what is that wash, also from Games Workshop. But the wash that they have, that's kind of like amber. That's kind of like amber brown. But End up getting their wash and end up throwing it all over this. And I end up trying to light a little areas up around the eyes, and then paint the teeth a different color, kind of like I almost painted the teeth some kind of off metallic color. But if I was to do it, I'd get Xandri dust or Wraithbone from the can, Games Workshop from the can, spray it, and then probably dry dust it or something, or just edge highlight the eyes and stuff around the eyes and cheekbones and stuff, try to bring definition out. That's what I would do if I was going to do it. You know, better. This has been painted. This piece here has been painted for years, 2-3 years, because I've been wanting to do this project for like 2-3 years, but I haven't got a chance to do it. I'm like sitting here like, God, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this, but never got around to doing it because I was doing all kinds of other different art. So we got the skull taken care of. Okay. Now, skull has a hole in it. We wanted the skull to have a hole in it because we wanted to put it over a light, and I wanted lights to shine out of the eyes. So, you know. So that's what we're gonna put a light in the middle of that hole and shine light out of it. The skull. Now we move on to the build, and there goes our beast of a build. There goes our Deathscythe. Now we go look at the feet. You see skulls. Now this couldn't be a regular Deathscythe. My whole color was, first I was just gonna put a regular Deathscythe on there, so I say, okay, this guy's gonna kick some ass. But then I started thinking about Warhammer, because Warhammer has some of the best Games Workshop. Warhammer has some pretty nice models, really nice models. So out of having these nice models, I was like, man, you know, get inspired. I don't play the game, but I like miniatures. I love miniatures. I have tons of miniatures. Hero Quest miniatures, Dungeons & Dragon miniatures, Game Workshop miniatures. I also have BattleTech miniatures. So I have all kinds of miniatures, and I love miniatures to death. I have miniatures from all kinds of games. So the thing is, I was like, you know, so I'm going to have to make this, instead of just having a regular Deathscythe that's looking real cool and badass, I'm going to incorporate something with this skull. What the skull means to me, or what the skull seems to me, is I can implement death, which is what the Deathscythe, you know, Deathscythe is in a way to Gundams that he faces, or I can incorporate chaos. I wanted to incorporate chaos. For some reason, I wanted to incorporate Nurgle. I wanted his paint scheme to be purple, so I was like, oh, purple, Nurgle. And I say Nurgle because most of the Nurgle models I see, most of the Nurgle abominations I see, they align themselves with stench, pestilence. You know, they're stenchy, they're nasty, they're funky, they're like rotted away and everything. So the rotting away and the stinkiness and the you know, the dirtiness, that goes right into a Gundam's rusting, like a Gundam that's been worn, Gundam rusting, a Gundam that's being used, that's in the field of combat, that's like earning its marks, that's whooping the shit out of people. So I decided to go with Nurgle, and plus Nurgle, when you see them, they have purple within the scheme. Like there's purple, it's a lightish green, which is what you're seeing here, the joints, a lightish kind of nasty-ish, like fleshy, rotted green, and then purple is on there somewhere somehow. So I decided that's the color. The joints will be the fleshy, nasty green, and then the purple will be, I'll make the Gundam purple, and then the rust and stuff, well, just like I said with Nurgle, he's pestilent. He's just nasty and just funky and just decay, death and decay, and that fits right into it. That fits right into my build, death and decay, and that's what I want my Deathscythe to be. So I've got Nurgle decals. So we'll have Nurgle decals here. We'll have the Nurgle decals. And we've got skulls. So we've got skulls on we've got skulls on the feet. We've got skulls on the feet. Not only do we got skulls on the feet, we see some worn, you know, it's torn and worn. You can see the rust and stuff. You can see the dirt and the grit, worn and torn parts. We see more skulls here. Demon skulls. Look at the additives and stuff that I've added. Pieces of added. Demon skulls on the skirt. We've got blades on the arm. blades on the arm. We've got bone. We've got horns coming out of where his guns would, like his lights on the chest would be, or his guns around on the chest would be. We've got handles. You see the red little handles, red handles, red handles, red handles, red handles. And I made a custom freaking scythe. It took a minute, but the custom scythe. So we've got the scythe here. Hands, scythe. Look at the scythe. So this scythe here, you can buy most of the parts and stuff from this scythe. You can buy it from you can buy it as a weapon and stuff from I want to say Kabutica. And I cut the the blade sticking out the back, the nasty head, depending with some of the Games Workshop colors, the skull and the face, which is nice. Once again, you see that Nurgle symbol, and then of course the beam saber blade, the beam sight, which is really cool. We've got look at his fin. His fin is a combination of the Unicorn Gundam fin attached to the back of the original fin that comes with the Deathscythe. So we got a Unicorn Gundam fin and the Deathscythe fin, but behind the Deathscythe fin. And we couldn't use regular wings because this is Death. This is Death right here. He's an embodied Death. Death doesn't have robot wings. No, we're gonna put demon wings coming out of this fucking robot. Why? Because we have a fucking dead Gundam. So we have a dead gun. So we have a flesh dead Gundam right here. Or, the skull with the robotics and stuff on it, Gundam parts on it. So guess what? Our Deathscythe, Nurgle's Deathscythe, it's gonna have demon wings. Now, it took me a minute to find the right kind of wings. Why did it take me a minute? Well, because this is a master grade. This isn't a high grade. This is a master grade. So this is a master grade. We gotta have something that's gonna dwarf this Deathscythe. Like the original wings for it. You guys seen the cartoon? You guys seen the Hell? Deathscythe Hell. The wings can go all the way around his body and shield him, almost like the Master Gundam's wings can shield him. So since this is shielding and everything. Since it's shielding and everything, that's what we need. We need these wings to be big enough. So if he were to, it looks like if he were to close these wings, they would cover and shield his whole body. That's what we want. That's the look that we wanted to give. So it took me a minute to find these wings. Now, the place I went to wings for, I went to Etsy. And started looking at some of their big figures because they have a lot of big figures. We know they have a lot of big miniatures. So I went to the miniature section, looked at the big miniature section, and said, "What wings would I like?" Now I've ordered 3 pair of wings. This is the last pair of wings that I got. It's one I fell in love with because it looked more demonic. Because he's Nurgle, so he's gonna be demonic. He's gonna be chaotic. He's not gonna be like angel wings and all that good shit. So I have a pair of those angel wings. But I want the demonic wings. I want the giant demonic dragon wings. So dragon/bat wings are all not bat wings, but dragon wings. So I wanted these demonic wings on this Deathscythe, on Nurgle's Deathscythe. So got it, put it on, and man, it went on. Now it took a minute because his backpack is not on here. So. Since his backpack is not on here, guess what? Once again, because Nurgle's markings. I have a little bit of green dots, like the nasty green pusky dots on the wings. So there's nasty green pusky dots around here. You can see them, nasty green pusky dots. So look at the back. Don't cry, because I almost did. So look at the back. Now what I did with the back is it looks pusky on the wings right there. So once again, there is no backpack on here. I had to drill a hole at a 35-degree angle, not 45-degree. Drill a hole at about 35-degree angle or so, and put a pin in it. So I drilled a hole in the wings and drilled a hole in the back of the Deathscythe Gundam. Stuck a pin in the wings. Put super glue and stuff on it so it'll hold it. And then after I after I put the super glue and stuff on, let it dry, and then put the hole in the Gundam at 35-degree angle or so, and then stuck the pin inside the Gundam, and then stuck put glue and stuff on them to secure it. So looks like it's part of his back. Looks like it's going to the back. The nasty sores on the back goes and look at that. You see it? Goes right into the Gundam. So it looks like it's natural, just about. It looks like it's just about natural. Now, I probably could have used some putty. I probably could have used some milliputty. What is it? Milliput, is that it? Let's see. Got it right here, guys. Tamiya putty. This is what I use. I use that, so I could have used some of that there maybe, and could have painted it purple and all that, but I didn't. I just went ahead and put the glue and stuff on it. It looks like it's there. So once again, customizing certain parts of it. Looks good. Now let's go ahead and put the spin on it. That motherfucker's moving fast. Look at it. So we got one of those little spinning tables, and the Gundam is going, and he's going. Zip, zip, zip. He's going. So now you get to look. Looks good, doesn't it? Thank you, guys. It's been a minute. I know. So, Nurgle Deathscythe finished. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop that and get to the diorama. The diorama basically went to Walmart, brought a piece of board. Doesn't cost much. It costs about $4. It cost about $4. It was a little board. I went to Etsy and I got these skeletons here. These skeleton minis. And once I got these skeleton minis, guess what? Guess what we're doing? Get skeleton minis off. I got skeleton minis off Etsy, and I got these here. These little bone towers. These little nasty little, not bone towers, but they're like bone hills. They're like bone piles. So I got these little bone piles. These are off Etsy. So bone piles are off of Etsy. I got 5 of these bone piles off Etsy, and then I got they came with 7 or 8 of these skeletons that are just sitting here that are being stabbed. They're skeletons. These guys got it the worst. These guys got killed. And why are we having skeletons? Now, we're having skeletons because this is Nurgle. This is Nurgle's Deathscythe. Nurgle and the Deathscythe and the forces of chaos, their jobs are to destroy mankind. They destroy humans. So guess what? They caught a couple of humans. They tortured them. All these bones. This is all the humans that they've got. They caught this Nurgle. This Nurgle loyalist. Him. He's been killing folks. He's been catching these people, destroying them. So in the world of Warhammer, this is probably how big he would be in the world of Warhammer. In the world of Warhammer, let's take him as his size. Let's take him as his size in the world of Warhammer. So let's say that this Deathscythe, let's say the Deathscythe, Nurgle's version of Deathscythe, he'd be that big, and he'd be going against Primarchs, he'd be going against Space Marines, he'd be going against Terminators, all those guys, and he'd be cutting them up. He'd be cutting the rug on them, and be slicing through hordes of freaking soldiers and Marines and everything. So we see it, right? So got a board for $4. Now what I did, I got the board, $4 from Walmart. Got the pile of bones from Etsy. Got the skewer skeletons from Etsy. I got the ground is. I went ahead and ordered the AK Interactive scenery putty. That AK Interactive. No, not AK Interactive. That Vallejo. So I ordered the Vallejo. Scenery grout scenery paste that comes in a little bottle, and you get to order different kind. They have the I ordered snow. They have desert. They have dirt. They have this one is dry earth, scorched dry earth. They have scorched dry earth. They have mud. So I ordered scorched dry earth, and basically it comes in a little, almost like the Mod Podge over there. Comes in a little bottle like the Mod Podge, and what you end up doing is you just end up putting it on the surface and giving it a little bit of time to dry. It probably dries within probably 10 hours. Mine took a while to dry. Like it took about a day to fully dry. Like it took about a day to harden up. So it was dry, but it wasn't hard. So it took about a day to harden up. So take about a day to harden up, and adios amigos. And then we got the what I did was I took bottle caps. So I took bottle caps. Adios amigos. So I took bottle caps and glued the bottle caps to this base. After I glued the bottle caps to the base, I drilled holes in the bottle caps, put the skewers through the bottle caps, and then I glued these to the top of the bottle caps, and then I put the Vallejo scenery paste down. Now, let's go ahead and get this ready. So, look, I'll show you underneath the board. Here's the light. It's green. I brought this here. Brought this off Amazon. It comes with like 8 of them. Ran the wires. So I connected the wires from the lead, which I got off Amazon too. So I got the light off Amazon. It wasn't much. It comes in a variety of packs. The one I got green, yellow, blue, red. I'm not sure about yellow. I'm not sure about clear. But it came with an assortment of lights. So I hooked the light to the battery. Got these little rubber things from Home Depot. Shrunk it with the heat. Once I connected the wires, and then I put this is a AA. So there's 2 AA batteries in here. So that's what I'm running. So now what I'm gonna do, click it on. Click it on. Now that I click it on, we got a green light. We have a go. So now we're gonna do with our green light. What I'm gonna do with my green light, let's see what I can do. So we'll put this green light right here, and then I'm gonna take the Gundam and I'm gonna place it right over the hole. Now you see it. Do you see the magic? And now there we go. We have the whole diorama. We have the whole diorama. We have the Deathscythe on top of the skull. Over a battlefield. Of people that victims that he's killed. Now, maybe we should. Maybe we should turn the lights out. Turn the lights out. And there we go. It's glowing. That easy. Now I'm gonna just install the shelf, and it'll be a piece for people to look at. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it encouraged you, inspired you to do something. And this is my first diorama, so don't be scared. You have any ideas and stuff? Take your time with it. Work at your own pace. Don't be too fast. Just take your time with it, and everything will come together. Everything was done in sections. So the skull was done years ago. Then the Gundam was done for the most part, other than the wings. And then the diorama had to come together. So all this stuff was done in sections. But anyways, let me know what you like. Hope you're inspired. and we'll see you for the next review, next synopsis. Thank you. Have a blessed day.